Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to draw human body joints on an image using Vision framework in Expo React Native for iOS. So let's get started. So this is an iOS specific tutorial only for Expo React Native because we will be using Vision framework, which is iOS specific API. So yeah, let's get started. Let's look into how to create an Expo project first. So for that you can just go to this particular URL. I will be using this blank TypeScript template. So this is just a cheat sheet which I have created, so don't get confused by this. So I will just copy this particular command. I'll paste it in my workspace directory. I'll run this. Now this will ask us for an app name. You can give it whatever app name you feel like. I'm using this template because it has less boilerplate code and it also has TypeScript support. So I have named my app as my app. I'll click on enter. Let it do its thing. Now we are only worried given that we will be writing native code, so we need to generate the iOS folder as well. So for that you can go to this particular URL over here. So I'll just copy that and open it inside a new tab. Okay, here you will have to select iOS device. Here you will have to select development build. I have disabled EAS because I will be building my app locally. I have already installed Xcode as well as Xcode command line tools. I'll just scroll down. I have already installed Watchman as well. Now we need to run this particular command, so I'll just copy this. Okay, let's just wait for our app to initialize. Okay, so my app has initialized. I will just cd to my app, then I'll just paste this command which we have copied. So it will again install few npm dependencies. Let it do its thing. Then again I'll just scroll down, then I'll just copy this command as well. So this command will actually create the iOS folder for us. So yeah, I'll just paste it over here. Now this will take a little bit of time to run because it needs to generate the iOS folder as well. So let it do its thing. So yeah, I'll just wait for this to finish. Now we need to generate a native module as well. So for that we can go to this particular URL over here. Again we will be only generating a native iOS module and we will be writing all the code for that module inside that particular folder. So again just scroll down and here you will have to copy this particular command, and you can again I'll just clear everything out. Again make sure you are already inside your my app project and paste this command. Now it will ask you for few things like what should be the module name and all that stuff. I'll keep everything as default and I'll just press enter. Now it will create the module for us. Okay, yeah, then there is one more thing. Given that this is an iOS module, we again need to generate CocoaPods for that. So for that we need to copy this command, okay, and paste it over here. Now again, and I'll just click on enter. Now again this will create the CocoaPods dependencies for us, install the CocoaPod dependencies for us. Again this will take a bit of time. Let it do its thing. In the meantime we'll proceed ahead on how to write the code for this particular project. But before that let me first show you the actual project on how it looks. As you can see, my CocoaPod installation was finished. Now it is asking me to run the app on a device or on a simulator. I don't want to run it now because we haven't written any code as such. So I will just press control C. Okay, so now let's go through the code base. So first you will have to go to modules, my modules, and here we will go to src my modules.types.ts, and here we have this boilerplate code which is present by default. I have commented all of this stuff out because we don't need any of this stuff. We don't require the URL as a prof, we don't require the onload event, and for the style I am using this ampersand view props. So this is a new thing which I have added because to add styles, React Native styles to our component, this particular way of style prop was not working for me. I don't know why. TypeScript was not happy. So what I did was I commented all this stuff out which was present by default, and I only added this ampersand view props. Make sure you import this view props from React Native as well, so that is very important. Okay, now first let's have a look on how to use it. So first you can just go to app.tsx. Here you can import your module using something like this, my module view, and here you can use it like this, my module view. Set the width and height to whatever you feel like is right for you. Then Let's look at the implementation. So for that you will have to go to the iOS folder. You will have to go to my module.swift. Okay, and you this all this code is present by default. I have not changed anything. So just scroll down. Okay, and here inside this view, my module view, I have commented all this stuff out because we don't require any of this stuff. We are not passing any prop, so this URL prop is unnecessary. Neither we have this load method, sorry, inside this my module view. So we will by default there is some code inside my module view. We will be removing that, so that's why I have commented that out as well. And we don't require this onload event as well, that's why I have commented that out as well. Then you will have to go to my module view.swift. Okay, scroll up. Here you can import UI kit, import vision, and rest of the code you can delete it. You will just keep this class my module view which extends from Expo view. Rest all the code which is present by default, delete it. Like the default code which is present is for loading a web page on a web view. We don't want that, so I have deleted all that code. Then here we just create a UI image view. Here we override this init method, then add the image view as a sub view. This is very important. Make sure you set the content mode as scale aspect fit. Now how do I get this UI image name lake, right? So you can't add the image in the root of your React Native project because we are not using a React Native image view. Instead we are using the native iOS UI image view. That's why what you will have to do is you will have to go to your project. So this is my project. Wait just a second. So this is my project, right? You will have to go to the iOS folder and double click on this .exe workspace. It will open it for you in Xcode. So I have already opened it, and in here you will have to open your my app folder. Here you will have to go to images and just drag and drop this images, whatever you feel like. So I have dragged and dropped this image called lake. You can name it whatever you feel like. So make sure mostly you use a JPEG or a PNG image. So that's what I'm using over here. And uh, if you see my code, that's what I'm using over here as well, the image name. So make sure you replace it with your own image name. So here we just create a UI image, then we assign that image to our image view. Then here I have created a method called detect human body pose, and we are passing the image views image inside it. Okay, then here we also override this layout subviews method because whatever style we are setting it from React Native side, we want to assign it to our image view. That's what we are doing over here. Then here is our method called detect human body pose. We are passing our UI image to it. Then we create a CG image out of it. Then we use this vn detect human body pose request, create a completion handler. Then whatever results we get, we just pass it to this draw joints method on the main thread. Okay, and here we have to create this vn image request handler passing the CG image. Options are empty. Then here we create a background thread which is global, and we just do request handler dot perform, pass our request to it. Then here I have created another method called draw body joints, from where we take the vn human body pose observation. Then we just loop over all the subviews. If there are any presents, we just remove them from the super view, which is the image view in our case. Then we get the image from our image view. Then we get the image view size. Then we determine a scale out of it by using this particular operation. Now most of the code which I have written, even I have copied it from the documentation, so even I am not an expert on this. So here we create a CG image of scale image size. Then here is our image origin. Then we loop over all the observations which we have. Here we create a join points as well. Then we loop over observation dot available join names. Okay, then we just do observation dot recognized point passing the join name. Then we determine the x position, y position, join point, and append the join points to our join points array. Then here I have created this joined connections. So again, these are all present inside the vision framework, so we don't have to worry about anything. Again, I have, like I said, I have just copy pasted it from the documentation. Then we just loop over all the joined connection. We determine a start and end point, and we also check the confidence for start and end point as well. And if it is greater than 0.5, then we determine the start x, start y, end x, end y, and draw a bezier path on that particular line path. Okay, so here that's what we are doing over here, as well as over here on this add line method. Then we create a CA shape layer. we set the path to it, we set the stroke color, the line width is 2.0, and then we add the shape layer, image view dot layer dot add sub layer, passing our shape layer. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Again, I'll simply scroll through this file because there are a lot of things going on in this file. Feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like and just copy the code. I'm simply scrolling through this file. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Now let's see the output. Right now I will write down all the code which is necessary, come back and explain it to you. So this is how the project looks. So here you can see this is the iOS folder which we had, and this is the modules which we have created, and inside this modules we will be writing all this code inside the iOS folder as well as some code inside the src folder. I want to be clear that we will be not using React Native's image view. We will be using the native iOS UI image view because that works uh, really good with Vision framework. It's very difficult to make the React Native image view work with the Vision framework. I like there could be a workaround for this, but it would involve a lot of efforts. That's why I'm not going that particular route, and it could be extremely hacky. That's why we will be using the native iOS UI image view for this particular stuff. Okay guys, so as you can see, here is the output, and I was able to draw the joints on this particular image using Vision framework. So yeah, that's what there is to this output. Not much. So I have just drawn the human body joints with the help of that red color line on hands, on the full body part as well as on the legs. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.